Hey guys, welcome to build video number 15. If you're new to the channel, you can check out all the videos leading up to this one to see how we got to where we're at in this build. Basically, we started with the 1990 Toyota Odyssey factory 4x4 motorhome, and we ripped it down to the bare frame. Here's a picture of it, some pictures along the way, and now we're pretty much nearing kind of the end of the interior build. We still got to do electrical and plumbing and fine trim and all that, but really, with how far we've come, we're cranking through it and we're moving pretty fast now. So in this video, we get another chunk of the build done. I hope you guys enjoy it and check it out. And thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys taking time to enjoy these videos. They take a long time to make and film and all that stuff along while we're building and working on things, trying to maintain cameras and start filming and time lapses and all that stuff. And it does take a long time, so I appreciate people commenting. I like hearing what anybody has to say about the build. I appreciate people subscribing and following along. We just hit 200 subscribers on this channel, which is awesome. I'm super excited about it, and I hope it keeps growing. And once this truck's built, we'll start getting it out on the road and getting some videos of that kind of stuff made, and camping and adventures with Bree and with the Daisy dog here. And anyways, we'll jump right into where we're at on the build here. And thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, here we are for more of an update on the interior build of the camper. I'll just go ahead and show you what we've done, jump right into it. Let's see, it's a little dark in here. All right, so as you can see, we got our LED lights installed up here, the 4. Those are on the dimmer switch. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. The switch is obviously just temporarily up here, hooked to a car battery. Where's the dimmer? There it is. That's all the way down. Nice and dim. It won't bother you while driving, but it should make it if you wanted to run back here, grab something or whatever when you're driving. Adds a nice little amount of light to it, and then once they're fully up, they're cranking and they're bright. So obviously, in addition to the lights, you can see we got the cabinets framed out and the bottoms put in here, both sides, and we just finished up today framing out this massive passenger side cabinet. So previously shown, we talked about this partition here, and not only how you're dividing out the dinette with it, but we're also using it to give a whole bunch of strength to the roof of the vehicle, especially with the weight of the AC unit that will be here. And if you remember from the roof build video, not only is the AC unit braced on all sides of it, obviously with 2x4s on the 2 main sides, we also ran a sheet or an L channel down, a metal, to really help it not want to sag with the weight. So you have this whole area of the roof being supported by a piece of metal going across, and then both sides are tied in from ceiling, roof, all the way to the bottom of the camper. So this is all structural, and just really makes the back of the vehicle and the roof really strong. And then we built out these shelves, which we built in the vehicle rather than building them out of the truck and bringing them in. We did that so that we could have the vehicle just be really strong the way we tied everything together. And when you work on something like this, it might not always be perfectly square and whatnot, so it made more sense to us to build it piece by piece in the truck so that everything fit and was right. And now, as you can see, we have everything tied together. Roof, rear, bottom. This is a 3/4 inch blonde ply. It's the same wood we use for this partition, and the reason we use that thick 3/4 on the rear is again, like I said, just to give a lot of strength to the rear of the vehicle. You'll have no problem walking on the roof of this or anything. We will go a little thinner. We'll do a 1/2 inch for this front cabinet just to help with the weight a little bit, and because it's not necessary. So over the dinette here, talking back to the lights, these are dimming a little already because the battery needs to be charged up. But we have the 4 LEDs here, and then we're going to put one light here on each side on its own switch for if you're sitting back here or whatever and want to just flip a light on. We'll have some speakers back here for the sound system. So there'll be plenty of lighting back here option wise. And then we have these 4, and like I said in the previous video, whatever ones we decide to do up here will be tied into the same circuit as these main layout lights. This counter here, you can see we're measuring in at, you know, about 59 inches across. So we're gonna divide that up amongst, I'm thinking we're gonna have one here directly above the oven, so that'll be for your spices and that type of stuff, and probably one big one here for whatever you need to do. And then above this one here is where we'll end up having dishes and stuff stored. So here you can also see, let me get a better view. Temporarily in place, we've got the oven, we've got this all framed out. This is where our refrigerator, freezer, cooler is gonna be. That's gonna likely pull out on slides, be able to open here, access it, and we're probably also going to do the countertop will lift up on struts and be accessible from above. So you have 2 options there depending on how you need to access it. And we're gonna do some integrated lights under here to light up your countertop. The oven hood has a light built in as well as a fan. You can see we have the oven temporarily sitting in place here. This is one of my Craigslist finds, a nice Dometic oven that's never been used. I got a great deal on this. It's the 3 burner, 1 high output, 2 lower outputs, and then of course for cookies and all that good stuff, breads. And then that leaves plenty of space underneath for a large drawer for pots and pans and that type of thing. And then got the hood up top here. And we're gonna design a little slide up divider here that will basically come out. You can see we integrated a small slot there, a piece of metal or whatever we do. It'll come up there and probably have a magnet on it that will snap right to the hood, and then that will divide off your passenger side dinette seat from any grease splatter or whatever while cooking, to not mess up fabrics or burn anyone. Driver side, you can see we have the sink. This is obviously just temporary. We're testing layouts on left versus right placement of the sink. Each side has its pros and cons, but this is another Craigslist find. Got the Dometic pop-up sink. That's really nice. Looks good, modern, clean, space efficient. Leaves room for dishes or whatever, vegetables, whatever you're doing. And then underneath, we have a lot of cabinet space to work with down here as well. Water heater, bottom of refrigerator. We're gonna have water pump down here, accumulator, filter, that type of stuff to figure out in plumbing. And then that pretty much leaves drawer space all down here for multiple thin drawers, which we actually already have from the prior drawers that were here. We can reuse, and from some other drawers that were the exact same size. Here's another view of the passenger side of the camper. The oven, hood, lots of cabinet space, counter space, refrigerator, storage space. And now we're starting to mock up the overcab area, how we're gonna do this bed. I've mentioned it before in the videos, the basic idea. We're gonna do a solid mattress on a solid foundation there with no cutout like they usually do on this for accessing the rear. Rather, what we're gonna do for accessing the coach from the cab is the entire bed platform's going to lift up, and that'll be on gas struts, so it's nice and light and easy to push up. And then that obviously, like I said in the last video, gives storage underneath all here for what I imagine clothes and stuff like that. And then we got over here this end piece put into place. So we're gonna have a couple switches here for lights when you come in the truck, switch for an exterior light, that type of thing. That's pretty much where we're at right now. on the overhead bed platform. You can see it's framed out on the outer edges of just 1x3s with 1x2s in between. And we got some insulation foam in between, and then it's getting a sheet of Luan board on each side of it. So it's light but still strong for what it's gonna do. And then we're gonna be using these hinges on the back side of it, where the bed will be able to lift up to give you access to your under bed storage area. So now we're gonna finish up putting the other sheet of Luan on, and we're gonna sandwich the hinges between the 1x3 and the Luan. Glue it and screw it, do it. All right, you guys, my gimbal's dead, so the camera footage might be a little shakier, but we can see everything lined up. We got it through the front as we planned, and then our hinges are gonna mount up here. And obviously it's plenty strong here. And then the way we did it, Dad will show you lifting it up on its hinges, and then there's gonna be all your underbed storage here. And obviously, like I've mentioned, we're gonna have some gas struts that will support the weight of it to assist in bringing it up and hold it in place while you're accessing your clothes or whatever. Now we've got our headliner material ready to go onto the bottom side of the bed platform, and we've got it laid out. We've got rough dimensions on all outer edges for further trimming, and now we're going to glue it on. So here we are working on the overcab carpeting for the underbed storage. I haven't used this GoPro yet, so hopefully this camera quality turns out okay, but you can see we're just starting to lay some carpet under here. We're gonna have to do it in multiple pieces, considering all the 2x4 runners and stuff. It would be really hard to do all in one solid piece, so we're gonna do that, and then these, and then eventually where the headliner of the truck comes under, we're gonna probably wrap it around there or something and try to mesh the two together. So here's our finished up bed platform, or mostly finished anyway. We'll probably still reseal this and everything for if any moisture gets under the bed. You can see the way we did it. This is the bed platform we built that was shown in this video. And then we've got the hinges here. And it's hinged all along that aluminum L channel in the front that was up there. And then wrapped with carpet. This is insulated in between with foam board. Carpeted underneath. Here's our cab, colors match. And we don't have the lift pistons yet, but when we will, I just have to see what the weight of this comes down to order the right size pistons. Come up here, it's on hinges. You'll grab it, bring it up, and all this is your underbed storage. It's not very much depth, but it's plenty as far as getting clothes, folded up clothes and whatnot under there. Came out nice. And then this is gapped off a little bit on each side to give a little bit of room for whatever we end up using for our shades or blinds on that side. There'll be something minimal. And then of course we'll have our window up here. Got our large roof vent up here, and that's plenty large. I'll show you that now. Then you'll crank it and the vent will open, and then you can open the bug screen if you want to, and the entire assembly folds up. And then once that's up, you can basically crawl out of here. And now you're looking at the entire top of your RV. Back on the roof, this is your bathroom. You got foam in there now. So you have all this center here, all this here, air conditioning, vent fan. You can see our lights and stuff. So we're gonna have, of course, some solar up here. We haven't decided on a layout of the solar. And then I'll do some type of like a roof cargo carrier that is accessible from up here. So you can come right through here from your front overcab hatch, open it up, come through, grab this, open it up, get what you need to there. And that's nice, yeah. And then you can see front of the truck here, looking down on it. If you hear noises at night or want to check on your front door and you're up high where no one could possibly reach you. So I like that about this hatch. And then come right back down. And now you're in your bed area. You can see on the bed area with these, I'm 6'1", and I got plenty of room. On both sides, I got a few inches to spare. So lastly, we're just running these wires here for the brakes. Traditionally, this camper just has like the 3 clearance lights that come on with the running lights, but we're doing a wide, like 16-inch running light here that's LED that's also going to double as a brake light. So you'll not only have your down low brake lights, but your top center bright brake light, and our corner running lights will also double as turn signals. So you'll have your down low turns and then your up high turns, and that should make this a lot more visible from the rear, especially with it all being LED now. So thanks for tuning in, guys. That pretty much sums up this video. We got a lot of work done. As you can see, we've got a bunch of cabinets. We'll be finishing up those soon and working on final designs on those. And it's also the space launch on Wednesday got canceled and rescheduled till today, and it's actually in about a half an hour here, so we're hoping to see that. We can usually see it from here, so we'll see and see if we can get it on film. That'll be cool. 2 astronauts flying through space.